What's up, Disney fans? I am here with a fabulous book, and I'm gonna do a book review on this book that is called Disney: The Ultimate Visual Guide. Um, as you can see, this book has been published by DK. Um, it it is a wonderful book. I definitely recommend it for anybody who is a Disney fan or Disney movie fan. I definitely recommend it. Before I do the review, I just want to show you some stuff that's on this book. Um, okay, you got Mickey on the front cover, which is really nice that they did. Um, um, Here you got the side. It's you got Aladar from uh, Dinosaur, the Blue Fairy from Pinocchio, and on here you just have Mickey right there. Um, this book is written by Russell Schroeder. Um, Here you go. Here you got some really nice pictures of the Disney characters. Disney's California Adventure. Um, a couple things I want to say. I really like this book. I have been scrolling through this book a lot of times. Um, um, and I got this on Amazon, and let me tell you this. It has been claimed as my birthday present, so hooray for me. Hooray for me. This is my birthday present. And now I'm going to take you through the book. Let's do it. Really nice um, pages, like concept sketches, like this one. This is when Aladdin with the lamp. Here you got. This book was published in 2002. I was 3 years old when this book was published, and that's it. This book has a total of 126 pages, and there's a foreword. I am not gonna read the foreword because it is long, and I want to do this video really fast, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take you through this book. The first section is called American Dreamer. So basically, it's talking about the early life of Walt Disney. And here's a concept sketch of Mickey Mouse when they were doing the Fun and Fancy free package film made in 1946, I believe, or any of those years. Here you got Walt as a baby when he was born. I think when he was born. And then here you got Walt when he found his first studio or something. Mickey Mouse, one of the most iconic Disney characters, and actually the first Disney character to be created. Mickey Mouse is one of my favorite Disney characters and everybody's favorite Disney character. He made his debut in the first animated short with sound, Steamboat Willie. Okay, after the success of Mickey Mouse, they decided to do this compilation of animated short films, which they called the Silly Symphonies. These short films consisted of one of my personal favorites, The Three Little Pigs, which is best known for the iconic song Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf, which actually won an Academy Award. Pluto and Goofy. Actually, Goofy is one of my favorite Disney characters. Donald Duck. In 1937, Walt Disney released his first full-length animated film. That's right, folks. It's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It was a major success when it was released. It has so many memorable songs like Whistle While You Work, Hi Ho, and I guess one of my favorites, the Silly Song, which is the part where the seven dwarfs sing to Snow White in a crazy, like, lazy song, and they start to do the yodel thing like cowboys do. Okay, going into fantasy world. So this is actually when Pinocchio, Dumbo, and all those films come up. Speaking of Pinocchio, that's the next page. Pinocchio was released in November of 1940. It was the second animated feature film after Snow White. It has some memorable characters, some memorable songs, which is the Academy Award winning When You Wish Upon a Star, sung by none other than one of the film's most lovable character, Jiminy Cricket. Fantasia. Now this was a film made after, well, it was actually released the same year as Pinocchio, or I think it was released a year after, like in 1941. And as you can see, one of the most famous segments is the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which features Mickey Mouse as a sorcerer. Dumbo. This is one of the most cutest Disney films I've ever seen. If you haven't been on the ride at Disneyland, I definitely recommend you guys to go on it. It's such a fantastic Disney ride. And actually, it was one of the opening day rides at Disneyland. Now, Bambi is one of my personal favorites because it tells the story of the deer Bambi and how he finds friendship with Thumper and a skunk named Flower. Now, this film I haven't seen, but I wanted to see this like a long time ago. By actually the time I was born, I wanted to like get a chance to see these films. It's Saludos Amigos, and then The Three Caballeros, which features Donald and the I think Jose Carroca and Panchito, which is this red rooster, and then Jose is this, I think he's like a parrot. Yeah, he's a parrot. When I was little, I used to watch this compilation of like Disney songs made into like a video. They were called the Disney sing-along songs, and one of the songs they added was Zippity Doo Dah from this movie called Song of the South, which I haven't seen before, but I hear it's a really, really good movie. Moving on, so 101 Dalmatians, Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, and actually when Disneyland was officially open. Oh, and also I forgot to mention Cinderella. Cinderella was released in 1950, which is actually the year my grandpa was born. So, but I don't know what month this movie came out. He was born in June. Anyways, it's one of the most iconic animated Disney films of all time, and I like it. I like Cinderella. Moving on. Okay, this is actually a section when Disney decided to make their live action Disney films. So they started their Disney live action films with this one, which is Treasure Island, which features Jim Hawkins and Long John Silver. Jim Hawkins in this version was played by none other than one of Disney's oldest childish actors, Bobby Driscoll, who is known for voicing Peter Pan and the lead role in Peter Pan. In 1951, Disney released Alice in Wonderland. Now, this is a film that I considered as weird and very, very, that's like the only word I can describe this film. Really, really weird. Anyways, I love this film. And then we moved to 1953 when one of Disney's most beloved and most iconic films, Peter Pan, was released. Peter Pan was released in 1953, and it features some memorable songs like You Can Fly, the characters, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Captain Hook, Mr. Smee, and Wendy Darling, Michael and John, which is the Darling children, and they have Nana, which is their dog. And they all go take a trip to Neverland, which they encounter one of my favorite Disney villains of all time, Captain James Hook, along with his mate, Mr. Smee. The musical world of Disney. So this is when Disney songs evolved. Like, it's a Small World, Zippity Doo Dah, which became one of the most iconic Disney songs of all time. Call of the Wild. So this one is actually when Disney decided to make movies dedicated to, like, I guess, the animal kingdom or nature. So one of the most iconic films from these ones is this one and this one, The African Queen. Disney's enters TV. So before Disneyland was even opened, Walt wanted to, like, make a television program to, like, feature guests and to, like, take a guide for guests to, like, get to know Disneyland, the lands in Disneyland, like Adventureland, Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Tomorrowland. And as I mentioned before, Lady and the Tramp, 1955. This is actually a film that was based on an original story. And I gotta say, it's one of Disney's most iconic animated films of all time. And in July 17th, 1955, the most well-known theme park was opened. That's right, Disneyland opened its gates on July 17th, 1955, with millions of guests attending the opening. They also broadcast the opening, which I actually saw the opening broadcast on YouTube. And if you haven't seen the broadcast on YouTube, I definitely recommend you guys to watch it. It's so good. It makes you want to relive the memories of Walt opening his dream place. The Imagineering. This is where audio animatronics was born. And one of the most popular animatronics to feature is the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And also, It's a Small World, becoming like an iconic audio animatronics attraction. 1959 saw the release of Sleeping Beauty, which I have never seen this movie, actually. I have seen Maleficent, which is the story of, Maleficent, but I think it's set, like, before the events of Sleeping Beauty. It is so good, but one day I want to try to see the animated version of Sleeping Beauty. 101 Dalmatians, released in 1961.